You know, some days I wonder, am I too old for all of this? This whole art biz thing, the videos, the business, the late nights, the messy, vulnerable, creative spiral of it all. And sometimes I laugh and sometimes I rage. And sometimes I just want to climb under a doona and disappear into a Netflix vortex. But here's what I've learned. Once I crept past 60, mortality became less of an abstract and more of a countdown. Scary. I mean, if I don't have a lot of time left, then what's the point? At least that's one of the questions I asked myself. But then I decided to flip it. If I live to 100, that's 40 years. If I live to 90, that's still 30 years. That's almost like a second lifetime. And it's not leftover time, it's prime creation time. Some people retire and spiral into bowls and cruises, and bless them. But that's not me. Although at one point, in my 50s, I thought it might be. I don't want to fade into the background and be the old lady who paints sometimes. I want to be a voice. I want to matter. I want to create work that hums with my soul and whispers long after I'm gone. The world tells us that older people are past their prime, that we're invisible. Double pa. But older people carry power and wisdom, defiance and magic. In my 20s, I was told to play it safe. Get a real job. Don't chase art or writing or any of your dreams. Go teach. Settle down. Do the responsible thing. So I did, out of fear, out of family expectation, and out of a system that doesn't value creativity unless it sells. Yes, even back then. But even then, I wanted to write, to express, to make. It just got buried under being good. The turning point came when I decided to stop working. And that happened about a year after COVID. I was one of those many people who decided that life had to change because it meant more than running into work every day and spending most of your life working in a 9-to-5 job that had no meaning. And then time opened up, funnily enough. Silence crept in. There was none of that noise of the world going on all the time, 24/7. And then, boom, one oil painting class, and I remembered. I'm an artist. I always was. I just forgot for a while. That first brushstroke brought me back to life. I hadn't lost it. I was just waiting. In my 20s, when I was doing art, I dabbled, I copied, I doubted, I chased approval. Now, I experiment, I make weird stuff, I make bad stuff, I make true stuff. I don't care if it's good, I only care if it's me. That's the beauty of age. You get to say, no more rules, no permission, I'm doing this my way. No one expects much from women over 60 at all anyway. But add that to a woman over 60 launching a YouTube channel and building an art business. Even less expectation. And that's freedom. That's invisibility as a superpower. You can try anything, fail gloriously. You can reinvent completely at any time. You are the youest you've ever been. I am the meest I've ever been. If someone tells me they think they're too old, I say this. If you want an excuse not to try, age is a perfect one, but it's also a lie. The truth is, you've never been more ready. Not because you're perfect, but because you're you. And as one of my sons said to me once, in a moment that will never leave me, you do you. Those 3 words have stuck with me ever since he said it. And anytime I'm doubting myself or wondering why I'm doing weird things or anything like that, or having people tell me that I'm too old to do things or too weird to do things, or I shouldn't be doing this because this is my twilight years and I should be relaxing, I remember it. So here I am, doing me, creating wildly, ranting occasionally, or sometimes more than that, refusing to fade. Because no, I'm not too old for this. In fact, this might be exactly the right time. If you're enjoying my rants and rambles, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also take a look at this video, which you might enjoy as well. Okay, bye for now.